Kazan here from the silo at the magnificent Hunt Hill Farm. And yes, magnificent indeed. You got to be here. You got to come here to witness this, to experience the magic of this place. How are you feeling today? Are you good, excited, ready, inspired to make today the best day of your life and every single day after this one? So you can have an endless amount of awesome days in your life. Are you working on it? Getting there? All right. So as long as you keep trying and experimenting with tools and ideas and awesome people, you can get there. You only fail when you give up trying. And oh my God, it's so awesome once you pass through the burden of trying, or every time you bang your head against the wall and things are getting tough and hard and this and that. But once you pass through and you start, arriving to a, what can I say, a mood, right? A stable and fluid is very gratifying. As you know, I'm here sharing my personal life experiences, the things that happened to me, and how I dealt with them in the process. So if you believe it's useful to you or to anyone that could be going through some hard times right now and could use a different outlook in life, please feel free to share my page and the links and the contacts because I will be glad to help if I can in any way, shape, or form. Well, since I've been having problems with my phone and the hardware and all that stuff, I decided to do it on my laptop today. I just came back from a meeting. I'm a little late, but I'm going to be using this until I figure out the mobile part of things. All right. So yesterday was a horrible experience for me. Anyway, as you know, every time it rains, something good happens to me. I mean, good stuff happens to me all the time, but when it rains, something unexpectedly good happens to me. I was in this meeting today on the business group that I belong, one of the business groups, and I was talking to Heather. Heather is awesome, and we were talking about things and life and so on and so forth. And I mentioned to her about the rain that I really like because every time it rains, something unexpectedly good happens to me. And she was like intrigued. Oh, well, that's a good way to look. Thanks. Well, I used to sit on the other side where everything was bad. It's raining today. Life sucks. Same shit, different day. Blah blah blah. I've been there. Believe me. I have been a driving victim for a long, long time until I got awakened. So anyway, talking to Heather, we're just talking and blah 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 blah. I've been trying to connect with a person for a long time in my pursuit to try to reestablish or reinstate the Smithsonian affiliation for the Skid Henderson Museum that was revoked a year and a half ago. And I've been trying to reach some powerful people that can help me make a phone call, and hopefully we can get this thing reinstated because it means so much for Skid Henderson's legacy. And I've been trying to get to this really powerful person for a long time. I just don't know how to get there. I actually drove by his house the other day and left a business card with a little note outside. I'm not going to mention names or anything, but somebody that can definitely help us. In this little conversation, blah, 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 blah. Because I live here, and then sometimes I go there, and this and that, and then my husband works with such and such for 20 years. And I'm like, what? This person? Yeah, this person. Would you be so kind to drop a package for me? And she said, absolutely, yes. We can definitely help you with that. Isn't that amazing? And then I told Heather, I said, you see, unexpectedly good things happen. I've been trying for so long. I actually went to the guy's house before Christmas trying to see if I could reach him. But anyway, this is not all. Then another guy came in, we sit down talking, da da da. So I seen the work you're doing at the silo is amazing. I love to come next March and help you paint one of the buildings. Talking about unexpectedly good, awesome things, right? And I said, oh, I have a little red building that needs to be painted. It's only 7,200 square feet. But it's so fantabulous when you see those things manifesting on your beliefs, on the things that you choose to base your life on. We can always choose to be on the other side and see bad in everything, but we can try to find the good things that happens all the time. But since we're not focused, we're not open, or maybe we expect so much more from life, then nothing is good enough. I pull my thought of the day today from my little book. You can actually see better here because now I can see better. So I'm still organizing this. Okay, time is not on my friend right now because we have a lot of things to do for the 50th anniversary of the Silo celebration. But I'll read this one. Another pair of weird glasses that fits my face better. This one says this. So thought of the day. Oh, again, I created these thoughts back in 2003 when I had a very popular website, and every morning I would write what I was feeling because it was one of my first real opportunities to break big. But since I wasn't really prepared for success, it broke my legs. But the book survived, and we're going to go from there. So these are some of the thoughts. I'm picking them randomly, like I expect you to do when you get the book. And it says this: you are the only person capable of reaching your own happiness. Never allow your life to follow a sad or wrong path. Decide where you'd like to go in life and work like a madman to get there. Right? So I think that's why I became a workaholic. Because sometimes we try to focus too much on what people think, what people want, what they expect from us, and this and that, because we're trying to shape ourselves in ways that will please others so we can be accepted. And I think this search for acceptance sometimes can deviate you from your path, from who you are, from what you really want for your life, right? And it's fascinating. So fascinates me. I was blessed because today I realized that life gave me so many opportunities to experience things that most people only see on TV. And some even believe that it's not possible to exist or to happen, especially to children. And but took me, you know, almost my entire life, right? 30 some years to figure out how this crazy thing works called life. Because I used to think that life sucked. And then, with the good people in my life and the tools and explanation, the knowledge and all that, I finally understood that life is awesome. What sucks or not is the way you choose how to live it. So the problem is with the living, not with life itself. Because life itself is just an awesome thing that happens to you, and you have it. And with this awesome thing, you can do whatever. You can be whatever you want to be. Not saying it's going to be easy or it's something that you just turn a light switch and voila, your life is great. We're all born in different situations and scenarios, and we're planted here for some reason. I'm finally coming to peace or conclusion or whatever with what my reason to exist is. Was not an easy path for me, especially living on the streets from 13 to 17 was horrible. And believe that happiness or fulfillment and all this stuff happened. For me, it was not even a possibility to imagine or to hear people talking about the good stuff that happens in life and how life is awesome and this and that. Because it's very hard when you're on the other side. When you're on the side of nothing good is happening, it's very hard to look at the people if all the good stuff happens and you're like, yeah, right, sure, look at you. But most of the time, we don't know the path or the history of this person to get to the point where they are today. Some, of course, are super beyond blessed because they're born with everything taken care of for them. I mean, financially and all that stuff. Because the mental part, the human part, the spiritual part, that's entirely up to you. And this is where this whole happiness and depends on you, because it's a matter of what's here in your head. Is almost a matter of perception. You know what I mean? It's not a physical thing, because it's a state of mind. You can see a lot of people with loads of money and cars and fantastic health insurance and other things, with a lot of issues in the head, an unhappy life, lack of love, lack of friendship, lack of trust, lack of so many things. And you see people with almost nothing, and they're tremendously happy and fulfilled and understand of life and living. So the power is within you to make those decisions and tune your head and your mind to realize that just the fact that you wake up in the morning is already a blessing. I understand that your living may not reflect the value of this blessing because your living could be pretty tough right now, undesirable even. But you have two choices: or you're going to give up completely, or you're going to keep trying. You're going to keep going and move on, because it's entirely up to you. No matter the tools, the help, the love, the hugs that people might give you, if you don't have in yourself that passion, that desire to truly go after your dreams and live the best life possible today and every day for the rest of your life, it ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry to tell you, it ain't gonna happen, right? So that's one of the reasons I put this channel together, and we can share information and see everyday stuff, because this is a big challenge for my life. It's the biggest challenge of my life, right? I'm turning 50 years old now. I don't have many opportunities to keep starting from scratch, and I'm tired too. So this that's happening is so magical, so beautiful, and it's a tremendous challenge for me and for my family. We have now 16 months to raise the rest of the money in order to perpetuate this dream, right? We need to raise $450,000 in 16 months. It's not that I have a magic button or a production company or somebody just waiting for that reality show that you press the button and say, oh, voila, the money showed up. It has to happen. And what you're witnessing here is us trying to make it happen every day, with the details and the little things and so many awesome things happening, that I don't believe that God, the source, the universe, anything would give us this opportunity for us to fail. And you can witness that every day. If you look every day and see what's going on here, I'm going to update you on the information, because it's real. You can touch, you can feel, you can come here, you can experience, smell, taste, and feel our reality. It looks awesome from there, right? The paintings, the big house, and the farm, and all the stuff, and life is beautiful. But guess what? There is a deadline. There is a deal in place, and a responsibility I need to fulfill. I don't come from money. I don't have money. I spent the last 17 years of my life working in humanitarian causes around the world, and I raised a lot of food. We raised millions and millions and millions and millions of pounds of food, but zero money. Now we got to figure out, because that's another thing I have a hard time too, is the whole asking people for money and this and that. I can't really do. I don't know. But again, am I right? Am I wrong? Should I join the wagon with all the nonprofits and put my hands out and start asking everybody for money all the time and trying to figure out desperately? It's not me. That's not how I work. I don't believe that I need to do this. I believe that I should focus and continue doing the work that I'm doing, following my heart, following this guidance that is not in my head, right? Because what's happening to me now is totally outside the helm of what I've became, in the sense of being a strategist and planning and doing all the stuff and getting the metrics and all that stuff is not working. I'm just following, like Genie Street like to say, the divine guidance that is being bestowed upon me. Oh, bestowed! Wow, such a beautiful word. I read the other day on Genius page. I'm sure this means what I say, but I'm not sure that says what I mean. Anyway, you are also the only person capable of determining what success looks like to you, to your life, to yourself. Because if you keep measuring yourself based on somebody else's opinions and rules and whatever, you're never going to achieve anything that fulfills you. For some people, success is a lot of money, a new car, vacations all the time, or just a little shack in the middle of the woods somewhere, away from everything, from anyone. It all depends. For society, the predetermined factor for success is money. If you're loaded, you're successful. But we know that the reality is here, right? Success lives here, lives in you. And only you know what success means to you. I feel myself tremendously successful. I'm living a life far beyond my dreams. And people say, well, but you have 16 months to raise the money, otherwise the dream is gone, this is over. You know, I'm living for today, not with expectations of tomorrow, but hope that I will be here tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to be another awesome day in my life, even better than today. And yes, is a possibility that we may not be able to raise the money we need to save this place and continue Ruth and Skitch Henderson's legacy. But you know what? I'm so happy that I'm here today, and it's happening today with all the good people, all the connections we're making, and all the love that we're sharing and receiving. It's nothing can pay for that. I can't live concerned if I'm not going to be able to make it. But I'm going to work like a madman every day to make sure that if it didn't happen, it wasn't my fault. It's not because I didn't work or didn't dedicate myself or didn't do the right things or the things that I should have done. I'm going to do everything I can. And the best part of it is that you can watch and witness the reality in my life and my family. And you're very welcome to come here at any time, all right, and participate in this magic journey. If you are by any chance starting to feel down or lost away from yourself, either for tremendous amount of darkness that show up in your life or an excessive amount of light that makes you lose your focus or your memory or your feelings, come back home. Come here. Come here where you know who you are. Connect with yourself. Open up the buckets of all the past experiences and achievements, the happy moments, the sad moments, the stinky moments, right? With all the bad stuff that you have done. Because we caused a lot of harm in the world as well, right? So when you're looking at those, open the buckets with the first impossible moments, all those moments of desperation and lack of hope that you sat down and thought, this is it. I cannot do it. I can't make it. It's not going to happen. It's impossible. And here you are, right? You have that choice of giving up completely or plow through life. And you chose to plow through life, and here you are. So these moments in our lives, they are tremendously important to help us, to look and smell the happiness and remember those moments when you were happy, that particular moment of happiness. And also open the little stinky bucket of stuff that you have done that might be now, because of a consequence, coming back to you, and you have to pay that karma. Evaluate your own contributions to the life that you are living today. And with that in place, come back, fill yourself with life and desire and the dreams and the commitment to live the best life ever. And you can. Come back to the world and go for it. Now, if you're looking for ways to reconnect with Mother Nature or learn some awesome history, visit a fantabulous place filled with history, love, and the healing powers of goodness. Come to Hunt Hill Farm, visit the silo, come to see the world's most famous Steinway piano, or just take your time around. It's all good. I'd love to give you a tour if I can. I hope this experience has been good to you today. And if you can, hit the subscribe button that will show up somewhere here on the screen to my channel, and share with your friends would be awesome, because I'm trying to get a certain number of subscribers so I can unlock awesome features for my life and for this awesome community that we're trying to build. So it's youtube.com/positive vibrations always. If you decide to come here, please bring 1 pound of non-perishable food that will be donating to support New Milford Social Services fight to eradicate hunger in our town. We are also supporting the achievement of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals, focus on number 1 and 2, eradication of extreme poverty and hunger. It means so much to me. And I want to remind you that the computer is freaking out too. We will start the experiential workshop, Survivor to Thriver, Tools to Get You Unstuck, on January 22nd. And later this afternoon, I will make the registration page available to everyone interested. There's only 24 spots, totally free of charge, thanks to Healthcare Advocates International from Stratford. They are awesome people, our big believers in helping us keeping the lights on. And I want to wish you an awesome, fantabulous day filled with love, happiness, clarity in your mind to see the path for the life of your dreams, and the strength to get there with tons and tons and tons of positive vibrations always. Thank you.